it's Romy here. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the January 2020 reading for the sign of Libra. If you're a Libra, sun, rising or moon, this is a general reading, but it may resonate for you. If you're enjoying it, you can go ahead and support my work by purchasing the extended reading, and there's a link for that in the description box below. Let's go ahead and see what's coming out in January, Libra. Hi Libra, January 2020. Such a interesting month for you ahead as we navigate our way through these really powerful astrological transits and alignments that are taking place. We're right in the middle of eclipse season between Capricorn and Cancer, both cardinal energies as you are. So it does impact you and influence you in the way that it's the opportunity to have this sense of rejuvenation and an understanding about what you need to adjust, what needs to change. So as we begin the month, Mars moves into the sign of Sagittarius, activating your third house, first time in 2 years. So helping you to think about the way that you express yourself, what's on your mind, how do you think, how do you speak to yourself? Where have you been holding back or holding on to specific words? Or holding back a conversation that needed to take place. I feel as we start this month, you're kind of galvanizing and readying your energy to be able to speak up and to release that. You know, Four of Pentacles coming in is such a powerful nod to the vibrational energy of number 4 that is just so around you at the moment in Capricorn season as it activates your 4th house, but also the fact that we're in this 2020 year, which from a numerology perspective is number 4 year. So talking about where we are investing ourselves, our time, our emotions, our energy, our money. So in the 4th, it's asking, where do I feel satisfied, and am I satisfied with where I am directing all of this? And if I'm not, what do I need to shift and change about that? But I think there's maybe some of you that are kind of holding back from revealing that quite yet, and perhaps as we move into that mid part of the month and we're all kind of squeezed and sort of provoked with that upcoming conjunction between Saturn and Pluto on the 12th, it's going to be necessary for you to kind of lay out your store and make it clear and express to yourself and to those around you what adjustments and changes you're looking to make. I think 4 of Pentacles is coming through also with that nod to the discernment that I think has been unearthed within you through this last year, even this last decade. It's like what you've learned and how it's changed you. So there's this desire to not want to sabotage yourself again, or to end up back in an old echo of anything that's created a pattern that you fought really hard to release, Libra, right? And I really feel that coming through. There's this powerful kind of note about you saying, I'm not going back, I'm not doing it, I'm not going there, I'm not repeating that, I'm done with it. This is about the new. Wheel coming in, very much a nod to Jupiter in Capricorn now, again activating the 4th house. So where do I want to feel the growth and the expansion? I need the new pathways to start to open up for me. And actually it's kind of, you know, if you look at the way that the 4 of Pentacles is kind of holding on tightly, and then the wheel just comes in and kind of obliterates that, right? There's this need to say everything needs to open up now. And so even if you do feel that you've had to hold back, or that there have been limitations or parts of your life, or perhaps this is someone else that's representative at the moment around you where you feel like they've held back from you, this energy of the wheel coming through is very much going to support the complete reveal, the complete shift, the complete adjustment, and you know, perhaps in quite a surprising way. I think what's really interesting for you this month, Libra, is, you know, when we hit this Cancer full moon eclipse, right, it activates your 10th house, which is very much that kind of destined part of your chart, right? Destiny linking into the energy that the wheel brings forward, this kind of fated intervention. And you're ready for a big adjustment in this. What is my legacy? How do I want to show up? What is my energy imprint and signature? What is the way I want to be seen reputationally? And how does that fit with how I feel about myself? And then we have this kind of very lunar energy of the 4th house, and at the same time Uranus is moving direct in Taurus, which is your 8th house. Okay, so for the last few months, many of you may have felt that, you know, your emotions have been all over the place as it's asked you to go deep, and it's brought up these surprising revelations about yourself, all of which has helped you to, you know, become more discerning, right? So this is now the energy where we need to start implementing that. But you have the kind of 10th house activation, and then this move into Aquarius of 5th house, which is all this outward expression, this bold, this passionate, this heart-led energy. And then you have this 4th house, this 8th house, which is very internalized and kind of, you know, that quiet, insular, reflective part of us that wants to feel safe, that wants to, you know, have time to be able to do the work that we need to do. And it could just kind of bring about, I think, a slightly imbalanced energy, I want to say, right? So at times you kind of don't know whether you're slightly coming or going through the month of January. But I think it's good because in a way it sort of doesn't allow you to move into any kind of comfort zone. It's like it's breaking up every single routine, every sort of crutch that you might have had that wasn't serving you. And so every time you find that you're trying to go back into an old way of thinking or back to something that was able to help you through a certain kind of situation or energy, you're going to find it's not there anymore. So you're having to create new pathways, you're having to change your thought forms, you're having to allow the universe to show you a different way, a better way. And I think that's really going to serve you powerfully through this month of January. Ace of Pentacles coming in for me, and I think for many of you with a focus in and around your work, your career, with that 10th house and the Cancer eclipse, I want to link back and say what was happening in and around that new moon in July of last year. What ideas, what have you been working on? What do you want to return to? What is about to come to fruition? Something unexpected is coming through, but I also feel like you're getting the impetus, the motivation to move forward with something. The timing is coming around, and as we move into Aquarius, it's a perfect energy for you, particularly with that new moon on the 24th, to really follow your passion, to follow your heart, and to put it out there, you know, to communicate and show people just what you're capable of. And when you're in your flow, how much your energy lights up and can have that profound ripple effect on everyone and everything around you. So if you've got ideas that you are nurturing, or any ideas that come forth during that first to mid part of January, Libra, I want you to say, yes, I need you to be open-minded, right? I need you to help the energy move you forward. Let it flow. Don't get stuck. There is set to be very financially lucrative opportunities coming your way. May not all come to fruition through this month of January, but certainly on the horizon, they're representing a way forward for you that I think feels really exciting and very aligned into what should be your spiritual path. So I think many of you, Libra, through this month of January are having the courage to decide, this is the path I need to take. This is where I feel called. This is where I feel like my higher self wants to direct me. And this is where my energy feels most at ease. It's where I need to be able to communicate. This is where my heart consciousness is really kind of expanding. Of course, if you have an Aquarius, that star linking into the sign of Aquarius in your world right now, perhaps there is some unexpected news to come in connected with them, right? Or either you've felt held back, or you feel maybe they've held back from you, okay? But I think we're set to move through such a powerful few days of energy and the rippling effect of that over the coming weeks and months, that any situation that is at the moment, I need you to almost have a mindset that anything is possible and anything can change following this month, okay? But that's to be seen in the positive. This is about you taking the gift of this, because what it brings through, beautiful, 2 ace energies to come through for you in this month of January, Libra, I love this, is the freshness, the opportunity for a clean perspective, the chance for you to come back into harmony and say, is this working for me? Do I feel emotionally satisfied in this connection, in this relationship, in this job, in this environment right now? And if I don't, where do I feel called towards to help support that kind of energy? And I think that you are coming at it from a very heart-based place, and that's really going to influence who feels drawn towards you, how you are able to speak the same language as people. There's so much potential that's coming in with these ace energies that, again, and even with the wheel, I feel like there could be moments where you do feel slightly overwhelmed, and perhaps you do need to retreat and just go into some quiet space for yourself to really figure out what this means to you. It's almost like the blessing or the gift, when it comes, could feel so out of place, but I mean that in the sense of so unexpected, so you've maybe been waiting for it for a long time, or it arrives in a way that you hadn't really figured it could, that it's going to blindside you just for a minute. But I feel that when that energy clears and you actually see what's shown up, I think you need to be poised and ready to absolutely charge forward. Three of Swords energy coming through for me is the cleansing, okay? January is a month of clearing out, cleansing old energies. We can't have these new beginnings without having to release the old wounds. So the Four of Pentacles saying, what is it that you have still been holding on to? Maybe it's just the expectation of something coming together in a very specific way for you. And then if you allow it, the universe can present you with something quite different, but actually even better, that has even more potential, that is even richer. So you have a moment where you can make a choice. Am I going to allow myself to move forward and discover this new adventure and see what could happen for me? Or do I want to stay held in this place of an emotional wound? I don't really think you'll have a choice but to move forward, Libra. I think this is about you allowing that healing to take place and coming to a point of clarity about it for yourself. Okay, so Devil card coming in. Of course, we are in Capricorn season. You may be dealing with a Capricorn energy here, but really I think this is just a continuation of this message with the Three of Swords. It's like, what has held you back? What has kept you in these shackles? Where you have felt that this vision I had for myself has not been possible because of ... You know, whatever you want to put in that sentence. It's like the one thing that's really been your Achilles heel that you have felt time and time again has forced you to have to give up on something, put something aside, deal with a shattered expectation, go through an old wound again and again. Like, this is what we're clearing out. This is what we want to let go of. The Devil as well, though, I think interestingly, you know, this energy also helps us to figure out where we feel desire, where we feel that sense of pleasure. And I also think that to the positive, he comes into your reading in January, Libra, to say to you, you know, it is important that you are reflecting really clearly with yourself what you feel satisfied and what you feel unsatisfied over, right? Remember, we said this fourth house is taking you to the deepest, saddest parts of you, but also the most joyful, exuberant, beautiful, radiant parts of you as well. So it's kind of this like really weird flux of energies taking place. But I think on the positive, he asks that you give yourself permission to seek that desire and to embrace it and to allow it to come in. You know, but not to attach yourself to a specific energy that is weighted in the, yes, you can have this pleasure, but at this cost. That's not what life is about. It's not about, you know, having to limit or restrict yourself in that way. And if anyone has infiltrated your energy to suggest that or represents that, then I think this is the time when you're really having a moment to clear that out. Tower energy coming in, because I just think you are in this powerful time of like literally deconstructing your entire way of thinking and being, and putting in place powerful new foundations that represent a way more radiant, opportunistic, lighter, heart-led energy. You're putting these foundations down so that you can invest in yourself. You can invest in the ideas, the connections, the people and the relationships that really matter to you, and you can allow everything else to fall away. I actually love the placement of this coming up next to the devil, because this is for me exactly what it's saying. I'm going to allow this energy of January and its powerful moment of kind of revelation and bringing things up to the surface to tear down anywhere that I feel this sense of limitation, restriction, attachment, or temptation that is no longer serving me, right? Okay, Eight of Swords energy coming through. And I think, you know, there is this reminder that while we're traversing through such a powerful month of energies, that you don't allow yourself to like tap into the hype too much. Like, this is about a very unique personal experience that you're going through, right? What is your higher self telling you right now? Where is your heart guiding you? What information is trying to come into your conscious awareness? And sometimes that Eight of Swords just asks us to step into an energy for a moment where we almost restrict ourselves so that we can really hear the message. This is what I think this is about. The Eight of Swords coming through so that you are able to really receive what your guides are telling you. You know, we have on the 13th Venus moving into the sign of Pisces. It's into your 6th house. So it's about that aspect of self-care, how you nurture yourself, how you take care of yourself. You know, Venus, this planet that rules the love, the way that we value ourselves, how we draw in the material possessions and, you know, that sense of beauty in our life. And we're coming into that 5th house area as well that's very much about what you need to feel, that sense of passion and desire and creative energy coursing around you. So I think there's some internal reflection that needs to take place so that you can really like clear out a lot of this like lower energy that's just maybe been hanging around for a while. And in order to allow some of this beauty to come through, we just need to do a little bit of work. There's just a little bit of shadow work that's inevitable when we go through these, particularly the eclipse season, but also just with this powerful conjunction taking place, right? Let's take a look and see how the oracle cards are reflecting this reading for you. Remember, these swords energies as well, Libra, are about the intellect. They are about our thought forms as much as anything else, okay? So I don't want you to look at these cards and think, wow, okay, what's ripping through my life in January? Because actually the way I see it is this is you coming to terms with the thought forms that have held you back or kept you in a obsessive way of thinking that's just no longer allowing for all of this to come through, okay? So, beautiful, thriving, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Star, Wheel of Fortune coming in, bringing beautiful, bountiful blessings. This is what the month is about for you. In order to move fully into the energy of that and give yourself permission to receive it, don't skip this part. This is part of the process, okay? Pleasure, of course. What were we just talking about? How do you give yourself permission to have pleasure and desire? What keeps you emotionally satisfied? Who is satisfying you or not? How does that change the relationships in your life? How does that change, you know, the family dynamic or where you feel at home or where you are working right now and the conditions in which you are operating in? You know, life is meant to be one of joy, pleasure, of having the opportunity to feel free and expansive, and to feel that opportunity that we can thrive in the conditions and be the best of ourselves. So allow what's coming through in this month of January to activate and to reveal to you within yourself, Libra, how you can change to invite all of this in more freely. Okay? If you are resonating with the reading, thank you so much for supporting the channel and tuning in. I am going to go ahead and pull us some clarifying cards to see what the extended reading will reveal for us. You can find the extended reading in the description box below, just by clicking on the link, and we'll go into a bit more detail specifically around relationships and career and see where that's taking us. So Four of Pentacles is bringing in Two of Wands energy. I do think this is about the prioritization of where you are going to be directing your time moving forward. Okay, we've got Tower moment coming in with the Wheel, but again, I think this is just this absolute moment of epiphany that's coming in for you, and something needing to change and adjust to allow all of the expansion and all of this radiance to enter into your life. King of Swords energy coming through there, so it could be representative of you, Libra. I also think this is about the ideas that you're having. That's the ideas that perhaps you want to implement, particularly from a work perspective, but it also for me is about knowing and coming to the point of discernment and wisdom about what you're ready to release and let go of. Yeah. Okay, Queen of Swords coming in with a Star. Interesting. So again, could be yourself, Libra, or another air sign energy, but we'll take a look in the extend in a bit more detail with this. If this is regards relationship, Nine of Cups, I mean, you've got some real beautiful emotional energies coming through for you. Six of Wands coming in with the Three of Swords. This is very much what I feel about it. It's the clarity and the cleansing that then allows you to actually be free, right? There's this freedom that comes to step out and feel victorious about the work that you've done on yourself and how you've implemented that and how you've allowed it to support you in what the vision for the future looks like for you, the world. So we have this sense of completion taking place. Very Saturnian energy coming in with that World card. And of course, Saturn being in the sign of Capricorn linked to the Devil. So, you know, really just tapping into how these energies are influencing you on a personal level at the moment. Okay, Tower energy coming in with the Ten of Wands. So again, I think this is about the release of what's weighing you down. It's the heaviness that we're set to let go of here. Okay, Magician card coming through here. Very Mercurial energy. Eight of Swords is bringing in Five of Pentacles. So tapping into those parts of us that still feel a sense of lack, a sense of unworthiness to receive this pleasure or have the ability to thrive. You know, do I deserve to have this kind of relationship? Do I deserve to be able to be bold enough to make this new vision of my life work for me? Am I entitled to receive this kind of abundance, to have my business or my job take off in such a powerful way? Of course, the answer to that for you is yes. Okay, so Six of Swords coming through with this sense of thriving. It's a rite of passage that you're in right now. Page of Pentacles coming in with that card of pleasure. Okay, Libra, if you'd like to join me for the extended, look forward to continuing this conversation. We will take a look into how this is impacting on key relationships in your life, but also what it means for those of you that are really looking at advancement in terms of your work, business, and key projects. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you supporting the channel. I will look forward to touching base with you again real soon. Take care. Bye for now.